Have you ever noticed how, as the years go by, the things that once felt so important suddenly don't seem to matter as much? Maybe it's the arguments that once kept you awake at night, or the little worries about what people might think of you. At a certain age, many of us begin to realize that what we truly crave isn't more possessions or recognition. It's peace of mind, a calm heart, and a sense of balance that allows us to enjoy every moment fully. After all, what good is a long life if it's filled with stress, regret, or constant unrest? Reaching the age of 70 is a remarkable milestone. It's proof that you've lived through countless experiences, both joyful and difficult. But with it also comes a deeper awareness. The years ahead are precious, and the way you spend them will define the kind of legacy and memories you leave behind. This is the perfect time to focus not just on physical health, but also on nurturing the soul. A peaceful mind, free from unnecessary burden, is perhaps the greatest gift you can give yourself at this stage of life. Today, I want to share with you 7 powerful yet simple ways to keep your heart and mind at peace as you step into this golden chapter. These are not lofty theories or complicated practices. They're gentle shifts you can embrace in your daily life. By making these changes, you may discover a lightness, a freedom, and a happiness that perhaps you've been searching for all along. So, let's start with something that may sound simple, but is often the hardest thing for us to practice: learning to let go of the little things. Think back for a moment. How many times have you replayed an old argument in your mind, or felt anger over something that happened years ago? Maybe someone in your family spoke harshly to you, or a friend didn't treat you the way you deserved. In those moments, it's easy to hold on to the hurt and let it fester. The truth is, peace doesn't come from winning every argument or proving yourself right. It comes from releasing the need to be right in the first place. Imagine sitting under a tree, watching the leaves fall one by one. Each leaf is like a small grievance, a disappointment, or an old regret. As they drift away, the tree doesn't try to cling to them. It lets them go, and in doing so, it remains strong and alive. We can do the same. When someone cuts you off in traffic, when a family member forgets to call, when the neighbor says something unkind, ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? Most of the time, the answer is no. And by letting go in that moment, you protect your peace and keep your soul light. Letting go doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending hurt doesn't exist. It means choosing not to let those small things steal your joy. It's giving yourself permission to focus on what truly matters: your health, your happiness, and the people who love and respect you. The less weight you carry in your heart, the more room there is for peace to enter. Another powerful key to inner calm is staying connected with the people who bring warmth to your life. After 70, it's easy to drift into routines that feel isolating. Children grow up and get busy with their own lives. Old friends may live far away, and sometimes even a short trip to visit someone feels exhausting. But never underestimate the power of human connection. A single phone call, a shared cup of tea, or a heartfelt conversation can lift your spirits in ways nothing else can. I remember speaking with a gentleman in his late 70s who told me he had one rule: never end a week without reaching out to at least one person he cared about. Sometimes it was his brother across the country. Other times it was a neighbor who lived just down the street. He said those moments of connection made him feel alive, reminding him that he was still part of something bigger. It gave him a sense of belonging and warmth that kept loneliness away. If you've ever felt that ache of loneliness, you know how heavy it can be. But the beautiful thing is, we always have the ability to reach out. You don't need a crowd to feel loved. Just one genuine conversation can nourish your soul. Even something as simple as sending a message saying, "I was thinking of you today," can open the door to a meaningful exchange. So, don't wait for others to always take the first step. Be the one who reaches out. Make it a small ritual in your week to connect with someone, even briefly. The sound of a loved one's laughter, the comfort of a familiar voice, or the simple knowledge that someone else is glad you exist. These things are priceless, and they add so much peace to your days. Alongside connection with people, another gentle yet powerful way to nourish your spirit is by spending time in nature. There is something deeply healing about the quiet of a forest, the sound of birds at dawn, or the sight of waves rolling onto the shore. You don't need to travel far. Even a slow walk in a nearby park can bring you closer to a sense of inner calm. Think about it. When was the last time you sat outside without rushing, just letting the air fill your lungs and the sun warm your face? Nature reminds us that life has its rhythms. The trees don't rush to grow, the rivers don't struggle to flow, and the seasons change in their own time. When we immerse ourselves in that natural rhythm, our minds begin to settle too. Taking a 30-minute walk in nature not only helps the body stay strong and flexible, but it also calms the nervous system, eases worry, and lifts the mood. Some people like to practice mindfulness while walking, simply paying attention to each step, each breath, the sound of the wind. Others find peace in gardening, feeling the soil in their hands and watching life bloom from a small seed. However you choose to connect with nature, know that it's one of the simplest, most accessible paths to peace at any age. As we continue, let's take a moment to pause and breathe. Isn't it amazing how something as simple as a deep breath can already make you feel calmer? That gentle rise and fall of your chest, the air filling your lungs, it's a reminder that peace doesn't always come from outside circumstances. Often, it begins with what we choose to do inside ourselves. And one of the most powerful ways to cultivate peace in your 70s and beyond is by practicing gratitude. Gratitude has this incredible ability to shift how we see the world. Instead of focusing on what's missing, it turns our eyes toward what's already here. You don't need to wait for big things to feel grateful. It can be as small as the warmth of your morning cup of tea, the sound of birds outside your window, or the memory of a friend who once made you laugh so hard you couldn't stop smiling. These small acknowledgments are like drops of water that, over time, create a river of calmness inside you. Some people like to keep a gratitude journal, jotting down 3 things each morning that make them feel thankful. Others simply say a quiet thank you before bed, reflecting on the good moments of the day. The practice doesn't have to be perfect or elaborate. What matters is the feeling behind it. Gratitude is like a soft light that brightens even the darkest corners of our thoughts. When you let it in, it becomes harder for worry or resentment to take over. I once spoke with a woman in her early 70s who told me that every morning, before getting out of bed, she whispered 3 things she was grateful for. Some days it was her health. Other days, it was as simple as the sunlight streaming through her curtains. She said that habit changed the tone of her entire day, giving her a sense of calm, even when challenges arose. That's the power of gratitude. It doesn't erase life's difficulties, but it softens them and reminds you of the blessings that surround you. Alongside gratitude, another key to peace is keeping your mind active with things that truly bring you joy. Think about the activities that once made you lose track of time, the hobbies, the little projects, the interests you may have set aside when life got busy. After 70, picking them back up is not just a pleasant distraction. It's nourishment for the soul. Maybe you loved painting, but haven't touched a brush in decades. Or perhaps you once played an instrument, wrote stories, or enjoyed gardening. Engaging in these activities again isn't about perfection or achievement. It's about giving your heart a place to rest and your mind something positive to focus on. There's a story of a man who started learning piano at 72. He admitted his fingers weren't as quick as they used to be, but he didn't care. Every note he played filled his house with warmth, and practicing became a ritual of peace. Another woman began tending to a small balcony garden after her husband passed away. She said nurturing those plants gave her a sense of purpose, and watching them grow made her feel alive again. When your days are filled with something meaningful, whether it's art, music, puzzles, or even learning something new, you're less likely to dwell on negativity. The mind, just like the body, needs exercise. A busy, creative mind has less room for loneliness or fear. So give yourself permission to dive into hobbies without worrying about whether you're good at them. The joy they bring is reason enough. And speaking of joy, let's not forget the profound effect of something we all carry with us every day: our breath. Breathing is so natural, so automatic, that most of us never stop to notice it. But when you do, when you bring awareness to each inhale and exhale, something beautiful happens. The noise in your head quiets down. You start to feel more grounded, more centered. Practicing deep breathing or simple meditation doesn't require special training or complicated routines. You can do it sitting in your favorite chair, lying in bed, or even standing at the kitchen counter. Just close your eyes, breathe in slowly through your nose, hold for a moment, and then breathe out gently through your mouth. Repeat this a few times, and you'll notice a calmness settling in, almost like a soft wave washing over you. Some people enjoy guided meditations, listening to a soothing voice that walks them through the process of relaxation. Others prefer silence, focusing only on their own breath. What matters is that you create moments in your day to pause and center yourself. Even 10 minutes of mindful breathing can melt away tension and leave you with a renewed sense of peace. Meditation isn't about emptying the mind completely. It's about noticing your thoughts without judgment and then letting them drift by, like clouds in the sky. With practice, you'll find that your worries have less power over you and your heart feels lighter. These practices gratitude, hobbies that bring joy, and mindful breathing work beautifully together. They don't demand much from you, but they offer so much in return. Gratitude shifts your focus to abundance. Hobbies engage your heart and mind, and breathing connects you to the present moment. Together, they create a foundation of calm that can carry you through even the toughest days. As we journey into the final part of these 7 keys to inner peace at 70 and beyond, let's remember something important. Peace is not the absence of challenges, but the presence of strength, wisdom, and acceptance. The last 2 practices we'll explore today are deeply connected to the heart: forgiveness and living with purpose. Let's begin with forgiveness. Holding on to resentment is like carrying a heavy stone in your pocket. It weighs you down, even when you think you've forgotten about it. Over time, that weight can quietly drain your energy and cloud your spirit. And the truth is, at this stage in life, none of us need that extra burden. Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending the hurt never happened, nor does it mean excusing wrong behavior. What it really means is freeing yourself from the chains of bitterness. It's choosing to let go, not for the other person's sake, but for your own peace of mind. Think of forgiveness as putting down that heavy stone. Imagine walking through your days without that extra weight. You'd feel lighter, freer, more at ease. Some people find it helpful to write a letter they never send, pouring out their feelings and then releasing it. Others simply take a quiet moment to say in their hearts, "I release this pain. I choose peace." I once heard an elderly gentleman share that forgiving his estranged brother, even after decades of silence, was one of the most liberating choices he ever made. They didn't suddenly become close again, but he said the anger stopped eating away at him. His heart felt open again. And sometimes that's all forgiveness needs to be. A release that gives you space to breathe. So, if you're holding on to past hurts, big or small, consider the gift of forgiveness. Not for them, but for you. Because nothing disturbs inner peace more than old wounds kept alive. And nothing restores it faster than letting those wounds finally heal. Now let's turn to the final key: living with purpose. When we think about purpose, it's easy to imagine something grand like changing the world, leading movements, or building legacies. But purpose doesn't have to be loud or enormous. In fact, at this stage of life, purpose often shows up in the quietest of ways. Purpose can be found in small acts of kindness, smiling at a stranger, calling a friend who feels lonely, or sharing wisdom with younger generations. It can be in tending your garden, baking bread for your family, or volunteering at a local community center. Purpose is not measured by scale. It's measured by meaning. Ask yourself, what makes me feel alive? What makes me feel useful? Your answers might surprise you. Maybe it's teaching your grandchild how to ride a bicycle, or telling stories from your past that keep family traditions alive. Maybe it's as simple as making someone laugh. Each of these actions gives your life a sense of direction, a reason to wake up with a smile. There was a woman who began teaching painting classes at 75. She said her greatest joy wasn't the art itself, but the connection she built with her students. Another man found purpose by volunteering at an animal shelter, saying that caring for those dogs gave him a new sense of responsibility and love. Neither of these things would make headlines, but both brought deep fulfillment. Living with purpose keeps the soul vibrant. It tells you that no matter your age, you still matter, you still belong, and you still have something to give. And that sense of meaning, whether big or small, is one of the strongest foundations of peace. Now, let's bring all of these keys together. Peace at 70 isn't about escaping life, it's about embracing it fully. It's about letting go of the little irritations that no longer deserve your energy. It's about cherishing your loved ones, soaking in the beauty of nature, and practicing gratitude for each precious day. It's about keeping your mind alive with joyful hobbies, calming your spirit with mindful breathing, and healing your heart through forgiveness. And finally, it's about living with purpose, finding meaning in the everyday moments that remind you that your life is still a gift. Each of these practices is simple on its own, but when woven together, they create a tapestry of calm and strength, wrapping you in a sense of peace that no outside circumstance can easily shake. And here's the beautiful truth. You don't need to do them all perfectly. You don't need to follow every step every day. Just start with one. Maybe today, you practice gratitude. Tomorrow, you take a deep breath and forgive a small hurt. The day after, you spend time with family or revisit a forgotten hobby. Little by little, these small acts will transform your days into something softer, lighter, and more peaceful. So, as you move forward, remember this: peace isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you cultivate, moment by moment, choice by choice. And the good news is, it's never too late to begin. At 70, 80, or even 90, peace can still bloom inside you, like a quiet garden that flourishes with care. Take these 7 keys and keep them close. Use them gently whenever you need to return to calm. And may your heart always know that a peaceful life is not only possible, it's yours to create.